What I'm using here is some porcelain clay. I've rolled the little coils out, and then I'm going to wrap it around the ball of clay and tap it in. And you don't need to worry about smearing the clay together, because what we're going to do is scrape the pot at the end. Its final finish will be a ribbing of the surface to reveal the light colored clay. I think I'm going to put one more on this one. So now I'm going to treat this as I'm going to forget the coils are on there. I'm going to throw it like a regular pot. They're going to smear together, and we'll kind of, for a moment there, we'll lose the, although we're getting a nice little sort of twist already. You can see how the clay, this is a great exercise to show students who are learning how to throw and to forming concepts in their mind about what happens to clay as it's being raised off the wheel head. There's a fairly good amount of torque that you apply with your hands to the clay, and it's twisting it all the time. But you don't see that twist ordinarily because your clay is of one color. You can sort of still see how it's starting to twist. It's good if the clays are both the same wetness or softness. If you have a discrepancy with or a deficit, I guess, of dryness, wetness, you'll see that the clays won't laminate as well. So now I'm going to scrape the outside. First I'm going to do a ribbing. And now the final, I want to do this kind of final scraping one time, so just slow the wheel down. Now I'm going to make a Swirlware cup that has a slight variation on what I did before, and this is the way I usually make it, because the bands of color are evenly spaced or more controlled in this way of doing it. So you start by go ahead and start throwing the pot first. Okay, so we throw your disc of clay, and then I want to open up, leaving just a little bit area, leave a little clay at the bottom of the pot for the foot ring. It would be a cup like the other one I made. And then I want to clean up the outside with a metal rib, just scraping the slurry off the outside of the pot. Okay, next step is to take I want to dig a little groove out of the wall of the pot with this trimming tool. It's nice because the tool has a V-shaped opening. That way I won't be trapping air when I add the coil to the pot. So I'm trying to space these just without measuring, just to measure them, or just to eyeball the spaces between where the porcelain clay is going to be inlaid. Next I'm going to put the porcelain coils into these little channels, and I'm going to start at the bottom, and as I'm putting these coils in, I'm going to pull on the coil. I'm not sure how important that is, but it seems to give me a nice even inlay. I do this as a background, I guess the idea as a decorative motif, it's sort of a background for the painting that I'll do on top of this pot. Adds another layer of interest, visual interest, and it's fun to do. And you'll see just on coning that shape up, I'm getting a little bit of I don't know if you can see that or not, I'm getting a little bit of a twist already. It's a little bit. Now I'm compressing it one more time. I think that gives it hopefully it'll give us an additional twist, and we'll do that a couple times up and down. So now we're getting, let's get an update on that surface real quick. You can see it's getting more and more twisted, but it's still remaining, the clay colors are still separated by the same amount of clay pretty much. One more time. Now I'll start raising wall the pot. Okay, I'm going to go back and compress that foot